Enough of the same. Different
is good.
The Valley's Alternative.
The new Spin Radio.
107.1.
Hey, Brendon, did you know that today is actually like a National High Five Day?
Is it really?
Yeah. Are you a high five guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yes? Awesome.
That was solid.
Awesome,
that was solid. Awesome. Beautiful.
The key is looking at the elbow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We do it. That's actually our ritual before we go on stage. We have to high five.
Yeah.
We have a certain order that we go in. It's beautiful.
So if you like mess it up, does it like mess up the show?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's happened. No. We usually think about it a little bit and then we're like, oh geez. Nah, it's we've been pretty good, luckily.
So, what's it been like doing all these like college tours and stuff? Do you ever go into like a class and like try to sit in and act like a student and see if people recognize you, or be like, oh man, that chem test was so hard, bro?
We've tried to audit a few classes actually. We walked in on one, but they were kind of at the tail end and they looked like they were being really studious, so I didn't want to fuck it up because we walked in and I felt so bad. We were just trying to have fun with it and they were taking it very seriously, so we stepped out. But sometimes I feel like, yeah, if we could just jump and like audit a track and field class or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like just a little more lighthearted than chemistry or something that they were just really, vigorously.
All right, so this album, this is the best album you've had. I mean, the first Billboard Top 200, like #1 album.
It's
like,
crazy.
Did you expect that when you first came up with the idea for Death of a Bachelor that it would be like this monumental?
No. I mean, you never know,
Right.
You always hope for the best, plan for the worst. I just went into it not really knowing what to expect because like once, I've got everything written, then I start planning tours and production and all kinds of stuff. So I never really stopped working. But then once the album was released, it's kind of a sigh of relief for me because then I just get to watch people's opinions and reactions, and that's just a blast. I love seeing what people think of it. And then the way I really get to gauge it is live shows like this, where, playing some of these songs for the first time live, just to get a reaction. I want to see how people react to it, how they feel, how intimate the setting can be, what I can do differently. So these shows, like the college shows, are kind of like my little lab experiments. I like to see what's going to work, what isn't, and try to build stuff from there. It's fun. That's cool.
You said that when you previously worked on albums, you thought of more of them like as a concept, but this you worked more like just song to song, and you could tell that. But what I liked really the most part about this album was that you really you covered every single genre and still made it Panic at the Disco. Like, I mean, I was just listening to Golden Days and I was like, holy hell, this sounds like a Journey song.
Oh, that's
right.
Like,
I'm like, but it doesn't sound like Panic at the Disco trying to be Journey.
Oh,
it just sounds like, there's hints of Journey in there, and then like there's hints of Springsteen, and you've got swing in one of the songs. I mean, you just like go across. You've got to be exhausted after doing this show because I listen and I try to sing along. I try. Like my favorite song is the Emperors.
Oh, right on. Oh, right, the bridge.
God, I am so exhausted just after singing that song, and my voice is shot. So how the hell do you do it?
I don't know, man. I was really struggling in the studio. Like I would come up with a part, and then I would, hit a wall, and then get the writer's block a little bit. And the thing that would kind of break me out of it was just screaming. So I would just like hit these notes, and then I would keep the recording. I was like, screw it, it sounds kind of cool. And then my buddy Jake, who helped me produce the album, was always pushing me. He's like, come on, don't be a wuss, dude, you got this. Just keep singing higher and higher and higher and higher, and like kept singing out of my range. But I don't know, there's something about it that's so fun. There's like it's kind of like therapy, like singing that high. It emits all these endorphins, and I'm just like super stoked.
Oh yeah, it gives you like
really
this crazy like release.
Exactly.
Like, you almost feel like overwhelmed with emotion.
That's the thing, right? And I start like losing oxygen from holding notes and stuff. I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. It's fun to jump from genre to genre.
So it is called Death of a Bachelor. So you're married now.
I am.
Do you bring your wife along on like tours with you, or?
No, she doesn't like consistently come out on tour. I mean, she still works at home, esthetician, skincare and stuff, but like we have a rule, I won't go more than 2 weeks without seeing her. So I'll fly her out to a show here and there. It depends though. I want to start bringing my dogs out. That's the other thing too, is that it crushes me. I can't bring my dogs out.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have a Jack Russell and a Boston Terrier.
Oh yeah, in your vines. You used to like put them in your vines.
Those maniacs.
And dude, you haven't vine since like January. What's up, man?
Dude, it's been like a year.
Yeah, like I mean
realistically.
He's busy.
I got other stuff.
I loved your vines.
Oh, thanks, man.
Today's Thursday, so can we get a positive hardcore Thursday?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, dude, like I did it for a while, like trying to copy people like Will Sasso and Chris D'Elia, just because they were so funny on Vine, you know?
Yeah.
So I did it trying to be a comedian, and I was like, I'm not a comedian. So I just tried to do, you know, what I do best, just do music. I was like, I'll do a little beat here, some hardcore here. It was fun, man. I had a good time with it. And then I don't know, I just got bored with it. I just was like, well, you have to like conceive ideas and jokes. It's like a 6-second, joke and a punchline. It just was tough, man.
It's hard to get a lot of stuff in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And kids were doing way crazier stuff. They were adding like, special effects and stuff. I was like, I can't keep up with it. It's crazy. As well.
But that's what I liked about yours, was they're just like raw, you know? There's no like editing or anything like that.
I appreciate that, yeah.
I'm kind of
you're
newlywed.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what, 2 years now?
Yeah, right.
2 years. So it's, we're still getting used to like living with each other.
Sure.
I gotta ask this. Does your wife, like, do you fart in front of your wife?
Of course I do. Dude.
Do you have like anything that you're afraid to do in front of your wife?
No. And this goes in terms of dating too, dude. Like when I would hang out with girls in high school, it started as early as like, the third date. I mean, even the first date, you can rip a fart. The thing is like, everybody does it, dude. So like, if you're weird about it and they're weird about farting, I wouldn't want to be with that person anyway. You know what I mean? It's such a normal, natural, funny, hilarious part of life that like, if you're really, thank you. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you can't be nervous about that crap. Like, dude, now we have like competitions. Like, me and my wife listened to a podcast called Your Mom's House Podcast. What up, Jeans? And they talk about it all the time. They talk about their BMs. They have a game called Guess That Brown where they like tell each other what they ate that day and then they have to guess what their poop looked like. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta be comfortable with each other. If you're gonna be married, you know what I mean?
So
you gotta be farting. You gotta always be farting, bro.
So Mary, like, do you do the Netflix and chill, like, binge stuff?
Oh yeah, dude, all the time.
Okay, so what's your go-to binging show?
Let's see. We throw on Friends just as background stuff.
Okay.
We do House of Cards. We did for a while. I mean, we sat there and we did it in like 3 days. 13 episodes. So good. Oh my goodness. Yo, Team Underwood. Yeah, dude. There's like so many shows. What else? Oh, you know what I just binge watched? Actually, this was on my own on tour, but there's a show called Documentary Now that's Bill Hader and Fred Armisen.
Oh, nice.
And it's so funny. They parody documentaries, and it's done so well. It kind of messed me up a little bit. Just like, man, I want to do something that good, that raw,
Cool.
There's really good shows on there.
So do you have anything like planned for the future, like past this tour? Maybe are you ever going to venture into acting? That's what I want to know. I want to know if you're ever going to venture into actually like doing, like if Tim Burton called you and said, "Hey, I'm going to redo Nightmare Before Christmas like live version. I want you to play Jack Skellington." Would you say yes?
I would totally give it a shot. I would audition for sure.
Yeah.
I would at least pray for a callback. I mean, that would be amazing. I never considered myself an actor, but I think it would be fun to see what kind of trouble I could get into outside of music. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Maybe theater would be fun.
Yeah. I was a theater major.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. But,
that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the show tonight. So
me too.
Thanks again for having me.
Oh yeah. Pleasure talking with you, dude. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Talking farts, talking Netflix.
Farts, all kinds of stuff.